Alright guys, what's up and welcome back to Garry's Mod. Today we'll be taking a look at another superhero mod. And yes, we've taken a look at least a million of these by now. But this one is a really interesting one and it was suggested by these people down below. Thank you guys for your suggestion. If you want to leave a suggestion, go ahead and do it in the comment section down below or on my Discord page, which is in the description. This is the best superhero mod I've seen so far. It's a good combination of a bunch of cool superheroes, and we're going to take a look briefly at what all these are in the overview right now. Alright guys, so here we are as Captain America. So you have multiple different abilities, including super speed, super jump, and these abilities are going to be pretty common around the entire cast of all the characters you can play as. You get the super speed, you get the enhanced jump, and you get some insanely cool attacks. So with Captain America, for instance, we do have a shield toss, and then once it hits something, it'll eventually come back to you. And there we go. So that's something you can do from long range. Of course, you can also block with Captain America's shield. And we're going to see a good plethora of different abilities based on a bunch of characters from Marvel and DC. And now we're going to take a look at every single one of those right now. Alright guys, welcome back. Now we're going to take a look at every single one of them. So here we go without further delay. We have Captain America. You get this amazing, majestic music that plays. And I'm going to remove it now. And then also, when you first choose any specific character, you also get a nice selection of all their abilities laid out right in front of you here. So if you want to get rid of that, go ahead and press Alt by default. That's the walking button. You can press it again to bring it back. I didn't know you could do that actually. So I'm a changed man, guys. No more dilly-dallying. We're going to jump right into all these abilities. The first one we have is Enhanced Strength. Also, if you look down there, you'll notice we also have a nice chunk of health increased. So right now we're going to go ahead and try out the Super Fist. So I find that this actually one-shots Odessa and most of the civilians, so you really want a super beefy NPC to really use this on. Something else we can try is the Shield Toss, which looks a little wonky. You get these weird glitchy, flashy effects. I don't know why that happens. It also creates some errors for some reason, but it does work. That's what's important here. Also, again, we get the super speed and we get the super jump. Look at that. Pretty cool. On top of all this, if you hold R, you will be able to guard, and you'll pretty much block anything. You are literally invincible in this form. I want to know now, if they shoot behind you, does that hurt you as well? Come on, dude, shoot me. What? Dude, where are you going? Where's he going? Why is he running away from me? Shoot me, you're supposed to kill me. Okay, well then I'll do your job for you. There we go. So, pretty damn awesome. Captain America is... you know, there's not a whole lot to look at here, but honestly, for just how plain Captain America is, you get a nice amount of things. Also, guys, before I forget, you also can press crouch and E and... What the hell is that supposed to be? That, my friends, is your combat roll. Yes. He's probably the quickest combat roller in the world. Next up we have Flash. So Flash's abilities are pretty self-explanatory, but we get a good chunk of awesome added functionality here. So first things first, we have super speed. You get these cool little sound effects. You're going blisteringly quick, and you also have these really interesting red flares behind you. Now, there's 3 different types of Flashes, so let me go ahead and go through them real quick because they all have the same abilities. They just have different player models and different effects. I should probably also mention that they have their own soundtracks as well. So this is my favorite one. I love the electricity and the blue electric kind of flare you have going behind you. The trail looks really, really cool. And then we have Future Flash, which has a slightly different effect and also different sound effect as well. I'm going to go ahead and stick with the Justice League one because I love the electric flash effect. Also, the particles look really cool. That sounds really awesome. So first things first, you can run really fast. If you run and jump, you get what's called a super leap. Now that's pretty cool. Captain America can do something very similar. But the one thing Captain America can't do is punch like a freaking maniac. Look at this. I'm punching at lightning speed right now. Also, if you press right click, you can shoot this lightning bolt, which is pretty much his ranged attack. It's not very cool or anything, it's just a little lightning bolt, but something I want to also mention is that if you run towards a building like this, you can run up it. You can run up walls or any kind of vertical structure that stands within your way. Also, if you decide you want to go take a dip, well, let's just say if you're going super speed, you'll run right over the water. So this is actually one of my favorite abilities here, and I found this just accidentally, but if you actually read the overlay when you click the character, it'll tell you that you can run over water. So if you can read unlike me, you'll know how to do this. Or if you watch this video, which is, you know, completely fine. Now he has a plethora of different abilities. Here's the Super Punch. Surprisingly, doesn't do a lot of damage. In fact, it's actually really weak. But you punch so quick that it pretty much makes up for that weakness. Also, we have the lightning bolt, which insta-kills Odessa, obviously. And if you go ahead and press E, well, this will change through all your different abilities, starting with time manipulation. If you press R, you'll slow down time. And the cool thing is that you'll automatically go at your sprint speed. So I'm not actually pressing shift right now. I'm just automatically running like this, because since time is slowed, from my perspective it's slow, but from their perspective, well, I'm moving insanely quick. So I guess that's how it's supposed to work. So I guess, you know, time is relative, blah, blah, blah. So that's pretty cool. So you can really kind of... Okay, I'm trying to press slow mode again, but it's not working. So there's a big cooldown on it. So you want to be very wary of that. Use it when you really need it, and then don't turn it off unless you know you don't need it anymore. But we can also punch in this. And as you can see, we get extreme accuracy. We could pretty much just go wherever we want. We know exactly what we're doing. And, whoa, what the hell's going on? I can't move. Okay. But something else we can also get is phase. If you press R key again, you will get this weird... What the hell is that sound? Okay, that's the phase sound, apparently. But, you'll just... Yeah. You'll literally just phase through anything. So you can also sprint while doing this. And matter is no longer an issue to you. You can just literally go through any kind of wall, any obstacle, you name it. You're going right through it. Next up we have Speed Spin. Now, oddly enough, the Flash Sweat we took a look at and the Redux version had this ability, and I never really knew what it did. Some people said like it made you go through time or like go through a portal or something. Some say it helps you build up speed. But in this case, you run around like a maniac. And I've actually tested this before, guys. I did some preemptive testing. I did this for a solid like 5 minutes in a row, and nothing happened. Nothing happened. I just literally sat here getting extraordinarily dizzy looking at this. Okay, whoa, what was that? So I jumped and I like flew over here. So maybe there's some added functionality to that, but I couldn't figure it out. If you guys know what it is though, please enlighten me and everyone else that's curious in the comments. It's probably only me though, because that's kind of how it always is. Oh, and before I forget, if you sprint and punch, apparently it's a different punch called Sonic Punch. So let me just describe that real quick. I love the effects, by the way. They look really cool. Okay, so that's Sonic Punch. I guess it's like a slightly stronger punch. The AoE on it's pretty massive. I guess you're like kind of combining the speed into like this giant shockwave as you stop, or I don't know. Next up we have Thor. Now with Thor we use the Mjolnir. There's two different types of Thors. We have the Mjolnir and we have the Stormbreak, is that what it's called? Stormbreaker, okay. But with Thor we have a few different abilities here. We have, for one, oh Jesus. We have super speed, I think. Super jump, and we have a gigantic amount of health. That's like, what was that, 1,000? Probably more because it's going off the screen. But if you do jump and hold shifts, you can fly. So we're not doing some weird hover, we're actually flying. Using Mjolnir, we can float perpetually. Also, when you land, you get this really cool shockwave. Let me just try to demonstrate it to you guys. I'm just gonna very, very slowly land. Bam! That giant awesome shockwave. Alright, here we go. His first ability is a standard attack, and this thing hits like a truck. So you get badass effects. You get this really cool lightning effect. And then when you hit someone, you get this lightning striking down on them. And it feels really nice. It feels really weighty when you hit someone. Next, if you press right click, we have a thunder stream. And this is a continuous stream. You can just pretty much do this for however long you want to. Alright, now we go to his special abilities, going right into the first one, which should be Lightning Storm. You summon enormous amounts of lightning to the ground, shakes the earth, and you get this really laggy smoke effect. Alright, let's demonstrate that with a bunch of enemies. Here we go. Wow, that is awesome. So it completely pulverizes anything, so that's really cool. The radius, as you'd imagine, is enormously large, so that's really good to see. Next up we have Tornado, which summons a sporadic tornado that, for some reason, ramps up my GPU fan. Let's go ahead and try that one more time, this time with enemies in a circle. Okay. That might only affect props, because it did not do anything to any of these Odessas whatsoever. Next up we have Hammer Throw. So this is, again, another good ranged attack. So Yeah, that lightning beam has enormous range. This should also have good range as well, although Thor's big fat head is in the way. Okay, let's see if we can do this anyway. Yes, indeed we can. So you throw the hammer. It's kind of weird. It literally just goes completely straight. It doesn't arc or anything. So if you get them in your crosshair, it's most likely going to hit them. And then the biggest bolt in all of lightning bolt history. That's what, I'm not kidding. That's what it's called. That's literally what it said on screen like 2 seconds ago. Here we go. Oh my god, they were not kidding. So the radius on that is literally unreal. And it just completely vaporized them. So I want to try something now. Alright, I got a nice amount of Odysseus here. Let's see exactly how big the biggest bolt in lightning bolt history can really do. And look at that. Every single one of them completely vaporized. That's actually really amazing. That I didn't even think it was going to be that big. So that might be one of the most overpowered things I've ever seen in this game so far. Also, guys, when Thor has over 9,000 health, it says right here, you will have like a Zelda melee upgrade when Thor throws his hammer. Okay, so I think that's supposed to be, there was supposed to be a period there. So you get like a Zelda melee upgrade when you have over 9,000 or 90,000 health, my bad. Now I don't know how I could realistically get to that health, so we're not going to be able to do that, but I can imagine it looks pretty cool. Next up we have Quicksilver, which has similar abilities to the Flash. So he's kind of like the Marvel version. We can go ahead and run really quick. We can also run up buildings again just like the Flash. The sound effects are a little bit different though. We also get a different streaming effect as well. You get like kind of a swooshing sound with him. You can still run on water, you can still run up buildings and everything like you usually can. You can still punch super fast. Now right click does something weird. So it's called switch between model and no model, but when you do it, it goes to door. Also, that Sweet Dreams song is going to get me copyright striked. But let's go ahead and go back. We get another... We also have the supersonic punch as well. So I won't demonstrate that because you've already seen that with the Flash. But you pretty much get all the Flash's abilities and you get some interesting, unique ones. So you also have slow-mo as well. So this guy's more or less a copy of the Flash. So we can kind of just go through most of his abilities. But if you press Shift and E, you do this speed spin. So oddly enough, you don't press E to switch to the ability and then press R. You hold Shift and E. So that's kind of weird why it's different. Alright guys, so next up we have Reverse Flash, which actually has the exact same abilities as the Flash. I guess when you kind of think about it, a lot of... I don't know why we had the... Was that Thanos' explosion ability? I don't know why that's happening. But the thing I'm a little sad about is a lot of these abilities are mainly Flash-based ones. So I'd say maybe even half of the characters in the pack. But that's okay because the Flash is pretty cool. But we also, again, get the same abilities, the super punching, the running up buildings and everything. Something interesting, though, is when you have phase active, your attack changes. And I think this is the same for the Flash, but I forgot to mention it. So you know what? Oh, I didn't mean to spawn the Manak. Okay, let's try this. So your bullets phase right through me. And my punch is now some... What the hell do I do to them? I guess it's like just a regular punch. Next up, guys, we got Spider-Man. So with Spider-Man, we get super speed. I think. I don't know. We're actually not that much faster. You know what? I wouldn't even say it's super speed. We do get a nice little jump increase, I think. But what we do get is a super leap. So if you sprint and run, you jump way farther than you would normally. We also get a regular punch, as you can see. Let's go ahead and try this out on some NPCs here. So the punch works pretty good. Next up, we got right click, which is a kickflip. Ooh, I like that. So you kind of flip and do a kick. The cooldown's pretty long, and it's not really all that strong, though. If you press R when you're near a wall, though, well... Oh, there we go. We can climb. So that looks a little weird, but you have to be off the ground, apparently. And you just hold R, and you can just perpetually climb like a weirdo. So let's try this on a bigger building like this. Look at that. Bam, baby. We're Spider-Man. You just gotta make sure that you don't, you have to be facing the wall. If you look up, you'll mess it up. So this looks really good, though. I gotta admit, for Garry's mod standards, this looks pretty good. So look at that. We got up to this building by just wall climbing. If you press R when you're not If you press R when you're not near a wall, you do Spidey Sense. Ooh, so trippy. So I don't know what Spidey Sense actually does. I'd imagine it probably sees enemies. Yep, it does. So it sees all NPCs, so you can know their exact locations. Look at that. Even when I'm right here, I always know where Odessa is. So you could be the ultimate creep stalker that you've always wanted to be. Alright, next up we got Spider-Man's main ability. We have web shooters, so holding shift activates them, which is why you've been seeing this whole time. Oops. I don't want sticky keys. Get away! If you hold shift, you can go ahead and press left click, and you'll shoot out a web. And then you'll jump and you'll just freaking fling in the air, apparently. Well, the web is actually like a rope. Oh, that's pretty cool. So this would be better used on Big City, because this map just simply isn't big enough. But this is pretty cool. You do like flips and stuff. That's really dope. So, this is new. I've never seen something like this. So left click is web line left, and then right click is web line right. So look at that. You can have two webs out, and you can just kind of just do this if you want. I don't know. If you press shift and R, you get the web bolts. Okay, so yeah, so that's kind of like your ranged attack. Okay, I see. Let's go ahead and try this out in Odessa here real quick. This is actually really cool. Oh, look at that. It actually puts them in web. That's actually pretty dope. Okay, cool. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but I'd imagine it immobilizes them, so that would be good to use. Next up, we have web darts, which is holding shift and E. This one does quite a bit more damage, actually, yeah. So this is the damage dealing one. So you have an immobilizing one, and you have the damage dealing one. Awesome. And then last but not least, guys, we have web wings, which you press shift while okay, so I think that makes you fall slower. So you press shift and space when you're in the air, and you activate web wings, which again I think makes you hover. It looks like it. Next up, guys, we have Thor with the Stormbreaker. Now this is actually just Thor completely upgraded. You also, oh my god, what the hell was that? You have all the same abilities, but I think they're better. Yeah, it seems like everything is way faster. So that's actually pretty cool. Something I noticed as well is now the upgrade is even more insane. You need to have 190,000 health now, and if you do, you get that Zelda-like upgrade. We also get 20,000 health instead of 1,000 health, so that's pretty damn awesome. So you pretty much upgrade across the board. And last up, guys, we have Zoom. Now, Zoom is, well, let's see. Yep, he's another Flash clone. So, similar abilities, except we have a blue trail. We still have all the same good, amazing Flash abilities. So that's pretty damn cool. And then we also just have, you know, slow mode on, phase, except now it's blue. I guess you can phase up here. That's kind of cool, I guess. So that's pretty much it, though, guys. Honestly, I am a little sad that a good portion of the powers are just all Flash related. But I guess that's what you get when you have all these different Flash characters. But that's going to pretty much conclude it. So we're going to go now into what I liked and disliked about it, and then we're going to conclude the video. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you at the end. Alrighty, things I liked. Right off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and say I love the variety. And also, these aren't just some stupid slapped on powers that someone made. These are actually pretty damn well made, and they each have their own different character models and different abilities. So I do love the variety of it. I love the quality of each ability as well. And there's not really a whole lot to complain about, except for a few things, and that's going to go into the things I disliked, which is definitely going to be, I wish there wasn't as much Flash-related abilities, because if we really go into this and we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 10 different abilities here, and 6 of them are somewhat related to the Flash, so that's more than half. Which is a little disappointing, but we do get some pretty damn awesome abilities. Like we have Captain America, we have Thor, which 2 of them are Thor, and then we have what my favorite one is Spider-Man. So I really did enjoy that. I just wish that there wasn't as much Flash-related powers, but that's pretty much going to conclude this video, guys. Thanks for watching. If you did like this video, please go ahead and like this video and subscribe to see more videos just like this. Also, check out all the links in the description that I put down there, and please suggest things in the comment section or on my Discord page, which is in the description. You guys are awesome for sticking to the end of this video. Check out my Patreon and Twitter down below, especially my Twitter. I need more followers on there. It's getting pretty depressing. But thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Farewell.